Hi guys, this point of sale system developed using Visual Basic.net. So let me show you guys how it works. If you select any of these and that enables the checkbox, and you can just enter the price there, but if you don't, that goes off just like you've seen now. Enable, enter how many amounts you want in there. Okay, let's go for letters and maybe go for the smoked fish, whiskey. Let's go 4 of those and get drunk. What about gin? Another 4. Rum. Okay, then let's go for 4 as well. We just want to get drunk tonight. Alright, so all you just need to do now is click on total there. You see that, guys? And you can always reset and start all over for the next customer. Let's go for bacon and click on total. So with that, guys, what I'll do now is take you guys straight into Visual Basic.net development environment, and we'll put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. Hi and welcome to Visual Basic.net point of sales system. So I'm going to start by clicking on new project. And let's select Visual Basic, select Windows Forms application. I'm going to call it VB underscore point of sale and click on OK. Now that my form is ready, I'm going to define the size of this form. Let's go for 1368 by 700 and we'll take it from there. So that's the form ready to be used. So the next thing is to go straight to the tools right there. Let's select Windows Forms application and I'm gonna need, let's go for group box. Let's paste one of those right here, up here. Just take it down, so about that, and drag it right down. And I would need another group box. Let's copy that and drag it that much. Yeah. Okay, now that that is ready, I'm going to need some items in here. So let's get some buttons in place. We need the button right in here, really. There. So I'm going to need a couple of those, maybe 2 each. And we increase the font size of those buttons. Let's make that bold, about 12. Just drag it that much, and I'll just copy them across really. So those buttons will actually represent items that we are selling. So we have a couple of those there. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, drag that down. I think that should do, because any mod that requires a lot of codes, maybe 2 more, 2 rows more. Yeah, which means there's going to be a lot of codes involved. And right up here, let's get a label there and just call that category. Yeah, and we need to increase the font size. No, that's the wrong place. Cut that off. I need it in text area right there. And the font size, let's increase that to about 14. Maybe move it somewhere there. Okay, get it centered. Now these buttons should represent different items that are supposed to be in the store. So let's go for maybe BTN item 1. Okay, BTN item 1, what do we sell there? So let's make that up. Okay, maybe we'll call that apple. Might as well change this to BTN apple. Yeah, there. That is the very first one. And maybe here, let's go for BTN orange. All of these items are in bags. So we'll come right down here, change that to orange. Okay, so let's speed that up. Okay, this is how the system looks for now. So the next thing I would do is let's add the following. I'm going to get a checkbox in here and a text box as well right there. So let's align it properly. And this checkbox and text box, let's increase the font size to exactly the same size with this. That the property, let's get the property back. That's it, the properties, and that's supposed to be 12. So come in here and just change this, change the font size to 12 and make that bold as well. Okay, there, and there we go. So something like that. Or maybe let's just cut that off. Let's add a group box. Add another group box. Yeah, and maybe another one. Just copy this across. We can always make up our mind as we go along. So paste that in there. There's a group box here. Alright, so this very one now, let's name this. We're going to name that apple, and there should be another one, another set here. So that will be for the meatballs. Okay, just anything that will make life easy for your sales assistants, that will be much better. Okay, now this will be the apple. Yeah, apple there. Okay, and here that's supposed to be, so let's give that a name. I'm gonna call that CHK apple, and here I'm gonna call it TXT apple right there. And the next one, that's going to be meatballs. That'll be CHK meatball. And the content in there, that'll just be meatballs. Let's add a space and get rid of this there. And this, the text box in this case, that will be TXT meatballs right there. Okay, now I presume you guys get the whole idea. So all I'm just going to do now is copy this across. So just copy this. I think maybe, yeah, just copy it across. just repeat the same thing for the next one. Then we just need to give it a name. So what will happen is when your customer or when the sales assistants click on any of the product that you want or any of the item you want, you can always enter numbers and so on in there. Alright, so let's do that again. Right. Okay, so I will speed that up so that we need 2 more actually. And bring it down. Okay, that is that, and let's run it first before any other thing, then we can then change the names. Okay, this is how the point of sale system is looking right now. So what will happen is you select an apple and this will be enabled, then you can always enter how many items you want in there. If you select the meatballs, the same thing will apply and so on. Okay, see, I was able to enter that in there. That is wrong. We'll be taking care of those as we go along. All right, now I'm just gonna speed up the namings, then I'll come back to you guys. Close that. Just come in here and change the names. So that's supposed to be orange. That's CHK orange. And the text content in it, that'll be orange. Right. And this is TXT orange. There, you get the whole idea now, so I'm just going to speed that up. Okay, now the interface is ready, so all I need to do now is to add a couple of text boxes here, or maybe labels actually, just to output the total and so on, and that'll be all. And here maybe a title. Okay, let's do that now. Alright, let's come in here. I'm going to have to add a list box or maybe a label. Let's add a label. Let's look for one label here. So this very label, we just call that, or maybe get rid of that and just copy this one, copy it across, and let's change the data in there. Let's change that to point of sale. Okay, we just call it point of sale system. Alright, that's fine. Okay, what is left for me to do now is let's try and finish up the development of the interface. Maybe move this here somewhere. Let's come in here and drag it from here. Yeah, and let's take it down. And I'm going to need maybe 3 more buttons there. I can just copy one of these anyway. Click and drag across. So 1, 2, and 3. So those are all my buttons. So there's something about that. So let's give them all a name, then we can then start with writing out a couple of lines of codes. That's exit. So if that is exit, now let's call the text exit, then let's call this one reset. Just call that BTN reset. Now this one should give me the total, BTN total. Yeah, has to do with the amount of items selected. Okay, that's fine. Now for the exit, let's double click on the exit and enter the following. Let's say dim I exit as integer. No, as dialog. Let's make that dialog right there. Okay, I guess you guys can see the code. Let's increase the font. Yeah, font right there. Let's make that maybe 12. I think 12 would be, yeah, that's a little bit all right. Okay, now I exit equals message box dot show, and let's say confirm if you want to exit. Alright, that's that done, and let's enter the name of the system here, and the system is point of sale right there, and comma, let's enter message box button, that will be dot yes or no, another comma, then let's enter message box, that's for the icon itself, so the icon can be yes, no, other information. Let's say the icon is asterisk error exclamation hand information question none. Okay, I'm gonna go for question because I just want to confirm if you want to exit. So now let's use an if statement or conditional statement. If I exit equals dialog result.yes, then exit the system. That's what we want it to do. Application.exit. There, that is taken care of. So have a good look at it. That's how it's much better because it's more user friendly. Sort of like prompt your user to confirm if they really want to exit the system. So let me run it. You see that? Okay, if I click on exit, check that out. No, supposing I say yes, there, that's it, it's gone. So it's quite good, it's user friendly. So the next thing I want to do is see all of these buttons. I think I would like you to kind of like give me a rollover of different color when it's selected. So I've selected all of these buttons. I will now come into the property. You see right here, okay, can you see that? That is the events. Click on the events, and I'm going to go for, let's go for mouse enter right there. So with the mouse enter, let me just call that change color, change underscore color. Yep, that's a British spelling, so suppose you guys understand that then. So let me enter, click on enter, and right there. So all I just need to do is let's declare, I'm going to declare a button. Now let me just call that Q button. Yeah, Q button, that's fine. As button. Okay, so Q button as button. So we now use a sender as equals sender. Now let's go for Q button then. Q button dot back color equals color. Let's go for light, let's say light blue, light steel blue. I think light steel blue is much better. Yeah, there we go, right there. So if I run it now, so if I move my mouse on any of the buttons, you can see the light still blue. Okay, but now we now need mouse leave. Right, let's go back in there, and I'm just gonna copy all of this. Let's copy that. Now we also need to select all of these buttons for mouse leaves. When the mouse leaves, we want it to go back to the original color, which is, I think, is known as control. Right, select these ones as well. Now come to the properties, select events, and let's look for mouse leave events right here. Mouse leave events. So I'm going to say change underscore control. That's fine. Right, press enter, and right there I'm going to paste that, but this time around is different. So it's going to be color dot from. So we'll try that again. Dot from known color. So I'm now going to enter it in a bracket. Let's say known color. Let's get rid of that. Dot control. Yeah, there we go. So that is it. Okay, have a look at the lines of codes. It's just this one. Alright, but you must declare a variable with a sender to take care of all of the information you need. So if I run it now and mouse enter, mouse leaves, mouse enter, mouse leave. Okay, look at that. Okay, so that is fine. Oh, these two, let's get their names and get them sorted. So we get the names of those two. I think, okay, I left them out mistakenly. There they are. So what's the name of that? Okay, I can always copy this one anyway. Let's come in here. There we go. So the names of that is, that very one is called, let's get it right here. Alright, there we go. Copy that. Now come right inside the codes and get that sorted. That is it. Mouse leaves. And paste. Then dot mouse leaves. Yeah, that's fine. Then the second one is, let's look for the second one. ROM. I think that is btn ROM. Yeah. Copy that, come right in here. Comma, paste, dot mouse leaves. There. Okay, that very error is taken care of now. That's good. So if we run it, now try that out. You see that, guys? Alright, that's fine. Okay, the other thing we need to be wary of is, you see this text box, they are meant to just accept numbers, not characters. So we need to also just take care of those ones now, so that will prevent the end user from entering anything but numbers. Okay, so the sales assistant will not have any excuse, so let's select it all as well. Select it all, that's fine. Hold down the control, select the other one. There. Okay, let's make sure it's all selected. That is fine. So the next thing is, let's go to the event area as well, and this time around we need to use key press, this very one there. So let's say numbers only underscore. only. Press enter. So on key press, let's use ASCII. If ASCII e dot key char, this very one. Okay, if is not equals to 8, press enter. Then we want the ASCII if the ASCII happens to be less than 48 or ASCII greater than 57. Then we want e.handler equals true. So let's make that true. No. There. So with these lines of codes here, we should be able to prevent the user from entering characters or strings. So let's run that and see how that works. Okay, so let's see if we can enter character in there. I don't think so. That's fine, but let me show it to you with the visual keyboard. Okay, we have the visual keyboard, so let's click anywhere here and try to enter characters. No, nothing is happening, but we can enter numbers. So let's try this out too. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's close this and just finish up the development of this interface. So I would then speed that up. And right here, guys, I now have the following. I have 3 text box here and labels. All of those I've copied them from here. Copied that from this category and copied this as well. So let's change these ones. Let's change that to tags, and the name will be, yeah, that's fine for that. I don't need to change that. And here I'm going to change this to subtotal, and this will be total. Right. And all of these here, let's change the details. Let's change that to txt tags, and okay, instead of text box, maybe we should delete that and just use, let's delete all of these. Then we use labels as well. Copy all of these labels. Let's copy it across, and we can then format it. Come to auto size, make that false. Border style right here, let's make that maybe fix 3D, and control, let's make that back color, let's make it white and just drag it down much. Alright, there. So let's change their names individually. That is too much, undo that. Maybe just change that here. We'll go for 30 then. Alright, that's fine. So in here, we change each individual. So this one is going to be LBL tags, and get rid of the text content. The other one is cut that off, LBL subtotal. And finally, that's LBL total. Right. Now, this bottom one, that is rich text box. So we're going to use that for our receipt. RTB receipt. Okay, that's my receipt there. So all of that is ready now. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So let's change this. Let's get rid of those content in there. There, that's gone. And we get rid of these other ones up here. Then with that, just call it the end of this first part of this tutorial. And in the second part, we continue with the coding for these calculations and the receipts. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial.